Welcome back, everyone. Hope you're having a wonderful start to your week. I am SoTO, and we've got another blog post to go through, as well as a bunch of stuff. Hey, Kashima, what's up? You actually beat me here. Jump in, hang out. We're going to be doing some World versus World for a change, maybe finishing some Legendaries. Whoa, I almost died right off the bat. That's how difficult PvE is for a World versus World player. But I'm pretty excited. Spent most of the day working out and fixing a computer about 8 times, so it's all good. But yeah, if you don't know who I am or how this showed up in your feed, I am SoTO. I do lots of chill streams, variety gaming here and there, and build videos for nonsense that I really enjoy. As well as including the broken builds video on Vindicator that's coming up as soon as that balance patch comes out on the 28th, hopefully. So, pretty excited about the balance patch. If you don't know what's coming in it, go check the notes. We've got a bunch of exciting changes for Warrior. No, I'm kidding. Just exciting changes in general. And lots of cool stuff for the game. So I'm pretty excited to get my hands on that finally. I've been third crafting for it. But yeah, be starting in a minute. I just want to make sure the audio's alright. It's not looping. Had some internet issues today, but I think they're fixed. So we'll see. Cool. Twitch seems alright. Doesn't seem to be eating itself currently. How are you doing, chat? Hope y'all are having a wonderful Monday, as wonderful as Mondays can be. Hey, Decker, what's up? How are you doing? Revenant Scepter is at least interesting, I will say that. I already looked at the article this time, and it's something. It's something. It's not what I was expecting at all, but it's something. But man, did I think that Warrior got boned, and boy was I wrong. Although maybe it could be great. Who knows? Maybe it's the best thing ever. Good, now that your class got a lightsaber. I mean, if you're excited about it, man, that's awesome. Yo, General, grab the free emotes on Twitch, by the way, while you're there. I tried to make most of the emotes free if you want them. There's some good ones. All you have to do is follow, if that's something you're interested in. If not, no pressure. But there's some paid ones. I wish I could have just made them free, because I don't want to make money with this crap. But if you are following me, shout out. I'll stop plugging this eventually, but there are new emotes on Twitch because people kept asking me for a sub slot, and I don't want to make money with this, but it enables emotes, so hey, free stuff for you guys. But yeah, let's look at, there you go. There you go, he got him. Yeah, and I also found out how Twitch emotes work. Apparently, you can use any on the channel that you're subscribed to for the tier, or followed on. But in order to use them on other channels, you need to be subscribed to that channel, which does make sense, because then some kind of, like, monetary accountability to the channel in case they make, like, I don't know, a giant middle finger that's a dick or something. But let's jump into this preview here. Let me pull it up. We got some cool weapon stuff. Hopefully it's actually in their forums. Nope, it's not. I have to... There we go. Alright, we good. Pull this up. Make sure it's displaying on OBS. And jump into this. Yeah, I thought they were pretty good. I worked on them. I tried to make all the good ones on the free tier. I wish I could have made the animated one, the Jadebot recycled some junk one for free, but Twitch won't let you. You have to, it's like minimum subscription, so don't feel any obligation, anyone who's listening to this or catch the VOD. I don't make any money from this crap. I just do it for you guys, and people wanted emotes. So we have emotes now, and it's fun. Okay, let's turn the music down. And pull this up. Hopefully it's the right window. Yeah, it is. Not bad for working on computers, all right. And, yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting. I think it's a little weird, but we'll go into it here. So let's jump into Revenant Scepter, which is probably the most unique interaction of the weapons so far. It's nice that we're getting weapons, and then maybe... I guess Warrior's kind of standard because Warrior's Warrior, but a lot of the other weapons that they've shown off kind of seem to have unique flavors and interactions to them, so at least that's something, right? Hello, Tyrians. My name is not Calcohan. It's... I'm gonna butcher this. Chung Hung Fong? I'm a game designer on the systems team here at arenanet. Nailed it. Expanded weapon proficiencies, notice they're not calling this weapon master training anymore, that's very funny to me, are coming 2024 during the second major update for Guild Wars 2 Secrets of the Obscure. Bring new weapon skills for each profession. Today we'll look at the Scepter, Revenant, which you'll be able to test during the beta. We have a video, don't cross the streams. Let's just open the video. Don't want to blow out everyone's ears here. Oh my gosh, I did it. So we'll replay that in a second, but I think this spin on the third hit of the auto attack is also in the warrior auto chain, it looks like. That don't know if they fully showed that or confirmed that, but that's definitely something to consider, that they've got some new animation tech. Don't cross the streams. Wonder what that's referencing. Revenants wield scepters in an unorthodox way that is unique to their profession. Having observed the Cryptus in battle, they learned how to use a melee scepter and draw upon their ability to connect individuals together using scepter as a conduit. They use this conduit to channel energies between targets, strengthening allies and debilitating enemies, but not in the way that I thought they would. The Revenant's auto attack chain projects a concentrated stream of energy from the tip to of the scepter. Yeah, it's a lightsaber, which they wield like a blade to swing into a wide arc. Non-copyright lightsaber, maybe a saber of light, if you will, damaging multiple enemies. The first attack, Serene Strike, is a simple melee slice while the follow attack, acrobic. I'm going with acrobic cut. Will grant might to allies. Motivating Whirl is the third strike of the auto attack chain, which cleaves enemies in a 360-degree radius around the Revenant and hits everything that you don't want to, and applies barrier to allies on impact. I'll stop editorializing now. The second skill, Blossoming Aura, infuses an enemy target with energy from the mist, dealing damage over time. After a delay, this energy explodes outward, damaging the enemy and granting barrier to allies. This effect can be strengthened by repeatedly striking the enemy with auto attacks, causing the final explosion to deal more damage and granting additional barrier to allies. While the skill can be cast at range, if you want to maximize the second effect, you'll need to get into your enemy's faces. So that's what we saw right early in the video. Yeah, I know it's Ghostbusters, I'm sorry. I've been told I'm very bad at sarcasm. Finally, Otherworlding Bond is an upkeep skill that creates so we're getting a preview of all of at least a text description of all the skills, which is interesting. Finally, Otherworldly Bond is an upkeep skill that creates a spiritual tether between you and your target. The tether has differing effects based on whether target is an ally or an enemy. So, some Spectre Scepter tech here. When used on an ally, the tether continually grants might to the target and allies around you, so it's a good might upkeep weapon for Revenant. When an enemy is being tethered, the target will instead be inflicted with vulnerability and take additional strike damage from the Revenant. It's interesting it's not also the targets around the enemy, it's just the one enemy, which is probably good. The tether can be manually broken, so more Spellbreaker tech, with a follow-up skill Deactivate, which is interesting. You don't need to just get out of range. And it will automatically break if the Revenant moves too far from the target. I feel like the Deactivate should, explode, right? Because the, yeah, I'm gonna have to look that one up, Dekarub. I don't know what acrobic means, if I'm saying that right, which I'm probably not. So it's interesting the deactivate doesn't seem to do anything. It's just deactivate. It's not like deactivate and pull like the Dragon Hunter chain is. And like Blossoming Aura, attacking enemies will cause the effects of the tether to strengthen. That's not all. When the tether reaches maximum strength, the Revenant gains a new follow-up skill called Otherworldly Attraction. Oh, okay, so it's just deactivate until you gain this. I misread this the first time I read it. Granting barrier to allies around them, or when an enemy is targeted, it instead pulls the tethered target toward the Revenant while applying additional vulnerability to them. Try it on the 28th. So, interesting. My first thoughts when looking at this are, how does this interact with Revenant's offhand weapons? Because if this is built a ranged something, that the idea of this is built around getting into melee range, right? Like you cast a thing and then you have to be in melee range. First off, how big is melee range with this thing? Because it looks like it's way more than, 130, which is really interesting. Because those slices look huge, right? They've said the 360 radius is definitely on the third hit, right? So maybe the entire auto is 360, so it makes it a little bit easier. And then my second thought is, okay, well, a lot of Revenant's mobility are on sword, both sword and axe offhand, so this kind of is okay with that, right? Revenants don't really need more mobility between like Malik's leaps and Shiro leaps and Alliance stance leaps and offhand weapons, right? So this doesn't look terrible. I always wonder what kind of, Cal is in head of design. He always talks about what design hole they're trying to fill. And Warrior, that's very clear. Like, Warrior, more support. Ranger, more support. Thief is kind of a question mark because they already have pistol. This is, I guess, kind of a hybrid melee weapon, right? Because they can't... I was thinking about this a little bit, and you can't really give... Jadebot recycled some junk. Yeah, I don't know, Maddie. I don't know. That's kind of how I feel about it too, but I don't play Revenant. And, like, it'd be cool to have a weapon that has a pull on it, that's for sure. Like, that's not a bad thing. I guess my big question is how far is the pull range, right? Because if, like, you can cast it on somebody and then pull them 1200, that's way better for Revenant. Because Revenant is kind of like, at least how it's engineered and balanced right now, Warrior Light, where it has short bow, but it doesn't really have long-ranged weapons. Like, it has hammer, but hammer's for zerging. So, and that's like it, unless you're making some kind of weird niche build. So it's kind of cool to have a hybrid weapon option that's one-handed. So I don't hate this, right? Like, misleading title of the stream aside, I don't hate this. I just think it's really kind of butt that they only get 3 skills. Because what I was thinking for Scepter was that it was going to be full-on ritualist, and then it was going to give you skills or do different things based on, like, flavor the skills based on what legend you were channeling, right? So I don't really know. I also don't play Revenant, so if any Revenants are out there, let me know in the comments what you think of this. If somebody jumped in earlier, General, I think it was, and said he loves that he's getting a lightsaber. And honestly, if this is like, a larger melee range or something, that's really cool. I think that opens up the door for other things, maybe Warrior Greatsword, if it ever gets reworked, to have higher range than 130 and still be considered melee, right? That's like kind of cool. So let me know what you guys thought. Hit me up. I'll be doing reactions for all of these, maybe putting shorts on YouTube for them, get some more exposure for this awesome game. But yeah, cheers. All right, back to our regularly scheduled stream. So what do you guys think? Let's get some music going. It's interesting, right? Not what I expected at all. I still think Thief is getting boned the hardest. It's interesting that it'll be able to apply vuln at range, right? Which is not something Revenant's... Like, Revenant has had plenty of vuln application, but it hasn't really had a lot of it at range, even if that range is like 900, or whatever they make it. So that's going to be interesting. I don't really know, or I don't really think that Revenant is exactly lacking in any design holes. Maybe like a super long-range weapon that isn't hammer, but that's 1200 and it's not terrible. People just like think it is, so I don't really know. Yeah, I'm not sure. There's nothing other weapons can't do that Scepter do? You mean like it doesn't really fill any holes, Maddie? It does have an upkeep, that's interesting. He's right. It's also interesting that, like, it's got, like, it sets up for its own follow-up attack, whereas Revenant usually needs to use, like, Shiro, have impossible odds up, or, like, queue up all of their burst. So maybe, at least considering it in a PvP perspective, you can sort of reverse queue up your burst, where you can jump to somebody, throw the mark on them, do all your burst, and then when they're running away, like, pull them back to you, right? Which is pretty strong. I'm not really sure. I'm gonna have to see how this one plays. For sure, I think it's kind of cool. Yeah, I don't know if it exactly has design holes, but there's always, like, where you fill in the cracks. And then there's design holes in the cracks. So, I mean, if it plays more... It's like how... I'm not against Warrior getting staff, because I'm always open for more mobility. And... like, warrior animations really need an update. Like, they literally just need to go through. If they're going to update ranger pets, they need to do that for every warrior weapon, because just, like, take the aftercast off every skill and rework half of them, because they just don't play fluidly. So giving warrior a staff, which is 5 new skills, isn't the worst thing, especially if the animations, and it feels like it was made in, 2023, whatever year we're in current year. I don't hate that, right? It's just more that, for me, I play Bladesworn, and I'm not too keen on giving up my 1 weapon slot for a staff, so I don't know how Revenants... I mean, they get 2 whole weapon sets, so they'll probably love this. Considering that Mace, mechanically, not like, obviously, one's for condition, one's for power, but Mace and Sword kind of function the same way, right? So this is a good step, I think. I think it's got some potential. I'm pretty excited. Necro Swords is going to be interesting, yes. Yeah, I'm not really sure. Oh, and I forgot to mention the Star Stream. Sorry, guys. We'll be doing trivia a little bit later. Probably be, 40 minutes from now. I usually do it an hour after things start. So if you want to win some gold, hang out, keep it open in a tab. I think drops end today, or they already ended. I don't know. Maybe drops are still enabled, so it's up to arenanet. Necro Swords are going to be interesting. Mesmer Rifle, going to be interesting. I already lost the bet because I thought Engineer Shortbow would be today. But the next one we get will be, for sure, mega hype. But you sort of see what I was talking about, last week with the sine curve for hype, and how they go, okay, here's a soft thing, here's, a low thing, here's a hype thing, here's a soft thing, here's a, low thing, here's a hype thing. It's definitely a marketing thing. What do I want to work on tonight? Look up Arene's facet of something. Let's do some PvE, maybe, for a change. Best of Life, is it? What is this? Elder Dragon of Water. Oh, so I gotta do events. Okay, makes sense. I wouldn't... it'd be interesting if Necro Swords are support. I think, yeah... I don't know, man. The way they've been talking about it, it sounds like Mesmer's gonna be, last, right? Because it's probably got some hectic stuff to it. I wouldn't really, Oh, no worries, Kashima. Have a wonderful night. Take care. Thanks for dropping in. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's interesting. I wouldn't put it past them to do something like, a Mesmer Rifle summons, allied clones or something, and then the allied clones heal you. Sort of like what, Spectre should have done, in my opinion. Yeah, Rifle's gonna be probably crazy, stupid nuts, and so is, Pistol on Ellie, right? That one's just got a lot of skills, man. It's a lot of skills. Where are we going? Where are we going for these events? Going over here. Interesting. Yeah, if you're new, or you're catching the VOD, make sure you grab the free emotes on Twitch. Worked for exactly 1 day on them, so they're not bad. Let's see if we got any LFG stuff. I'm just excited for the balance patch, honestly. I'm gonna try to grab screen caps of all the new weapons and stuff to just have people have those for reference. But I'm actually quite nothing in the End of Dragons LFG? What? Well, plan over, time for world versus world. I tried. Yeah, I don't know. I'm glad Warrior Staff doesn't look the worst. I'm kind of disappointed that I think the charge is on the F1, but we'll see. What else we got? We got Necro Sword, still to come. We got NG Shortbow, still to come. We got Ranger, or Rifle Mesmer, probably last. We got Gun Guardian. Actually, I don't know. Gun Guardian and Mesmer. People are so excited for the Gunslinger, man. I don't know. Maybe Guardian will be last. We'll see. How many days we got? We got a week and a day till this drops. That's pretty okay. Ooh, and I have a medical test the day before. Gotta mark that down. Alright, where are we going? What are we doing? EVG's queued. Let's go wreak some havoc while we wait for trivia here. I really want to finish my legendaries, but if there's nothing going on, I don't know how I get events done. At some point, I should play PvE, right? Let's say dungeon daily. Is there a dungeon Echo Vault? Oh, it's the... Maybe you can port to the end of the dungeon Echo Vault? Man, people are getting smart with their port spots. And the LFG isn't loading. Cool. That's new. Oh, man. This video game, man. It's a video game that people play. I believe I pressed that about 8 times. So there's definitely nothing wrong with their servers. Oh, man. Play some new music. What are you guys most excited for? Is it your class, or is it like something that's getting you excited to try a different class? There we go. Can I just take the camp? Or are there people at the camp and he needs help? You got some fights, maybe? Nope. Just an invulnerable supervisor. I think I'm still most excited for Gun Guardian. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I would really like to give a shot. Depending on how Sword Necro plays, that could be very different. Because Necro doesn't super have a melee, like a fast melee weapon. Yeah, I am too. Especially since... Yeah, yes, how was it? I think Shortbow NG might almost be support. Yeah, it's super overpowered. You don't have to... You can run anything on it. You can really customize it however you want. You know, speed relic, antitoxin relic, whatever. Harbinger's so strong for World vs. World. And you can run it with starting gear. It's really interesting. Yeah. NG Shortbow. NG doesn't have a support weapon, so it's gotta be support, right? Of course, Thief doesn't have a real support weapon either. Which is why it's so weird that Thief Axe is like what it is, right? It just seems so much like, what's it called? Just pistol again to me, like what they're doing with Thief Axe. You can use swords. I'm sure you can use swords with it. I'm sure it'll be fine. I still think that Dagger's in a great spot to be turned into the support weapon for Necro, but I don't know. Maybe they don't. Yeah, like Wraith Harbinger. Because I thought Necro honestly would get Sword for End of Dragons before, you know, the Harbinger trailer dropped. I was right that Necro got a hyper mobile shroud though. I guess for End of Dragons specs was it's going to be called Wraith and it would get like teleporty shroud and the shroud would make you weaker instead of stronger. In exchange for the mobility, and I nailed 2 out of the 3 of those. But my friend nailed the pistol. That was very interesting. What they did for End of Dragons marketing was really cool, where they kind of just showed us the logos or the icons, and then they were like, which one is this? Do you want to fight? Yeah, fight me. Heck yeah. I was mashing F1 there. Dude, he has so many evades and stuff. Really? I expected him to do a follow-up. Oh, he died. That makes more sense. I guess his whole plan was don't get hit. He didn't actually have any Condi cleanse for when he did get hit. That was weird. It summoned a active clone, like an upright one. Dang, this lava elemental wants my butt. There we go. One win. One win for the night. My hands are kind of cold. I might have to close my door. Feel it. It's winter. I hate it. Alright, I'm back. Sorry. Yeah, it's gross. It means we'll get it soon. I don't. Yes. Meta battle's a great starting point. You mean for world versus world and PvP, right? Meta battle is probably the best starting point for those, but I always tweak my stuff. Snowcrows is just the most updated one for PvE. But I almost never actually look at builds anywhere. Is this the same guy? Dude, he has so many stuns. He's got me. Yeah, he does so much damage. This is the scrapper thing that I was talking about. They can just run around with like 25 might and full Zerker and like just glass you to death with all the barrier. Like I have probably close to 3,000 armor, aka like 2,000 toughness on this build, and it didn't matter. Like grenades just go through it. If I had known that was coming, I could have like prepped for it, but I didn't think it would be like full glass. I should just anticipate that, honestly. Am I running the wrong food? I'm also running the wrong food for that fighting that guy. Whatever though. You can't really prep your food. But that was the same guy. Like switched classes and came back. Which is fair. I've done that. Guild Gen has some creative ones. I think she consults with Valen now, so he might, like, be giving her stuff to put up there. I'm not really sure. Valen's pretty knowledgeable about PvP and World vs. World as well. No, I just used the auto-target thing. I think it's really lacking, though. Honestly, arenanet has this auto-target thing where if you've targeted something and there's like a bunch of Mesmer clones, it won't target that thing again until you cycle through all the other targets, which is kind of a pain in the ass. Not. There we go. Hey, for once the stream still sounds good 10 minutes into it. It's amazing. What kind of trivia do you guys want tonight? You want something about the new weapons? I think we should do that. I'm trying to think of other good, cool things. Yeah, the real question is, what's Mesmer Rifle gonna do? Also, what's Guardian Pistol gonna do? There's no way Guardian Pistol support. It's gotta be like ranged Condi damage. I'm trying to think of other ranged Condi weapons in the game. The only thing my brain is saying is Scepter on Necromancer, right? Like, I don't know. I just feel like Ellie should have got... It would have been way too much work for just like a regular Ellie weapon, but Ellie should have gotten Longbow, man. A range, like a long-range Condi weapon would be so cool. It wouldn't be able to do too much because that would be really strong, but it would be pretty neat. I'd be really interested to see how they would like design and balance that. It's kind of like what longbow should be on warrior, except, you know, LE flavored. Does anyone else's cat like veer 90 degrees whenever you pull it out? My friends told me that wasn't a bug, and then like someone, you know, 4 people I was playing with later were like, yeah, that happens to me all the time. I was like, God damn it. I feel like that always happens. Whenever I pull the cat out, it's just like, yoink. You were going in this direction? Oh, you're still going in that direction. Oh, it's the same guy. What's up, dude? It's really mad. It's Mag. Are we fighting against Mag? Ooh, 3v3? I'll take it. It's more than a 3v3 though. Oh, my allies weren't ready. They got destroyed. No! Allies, why? Why? Can I rally off the vet? Probably not. How many was this? 5? 6? 6. He went and got his friends. That's funny. I love it. I love to see it. I'd switch to Bladesworn. I'm feeling Bladesworn tonight. Berserker's better, but I'm feeling Bladesworn tonight. Wanna practice some builds and get some muscle memory? Ganked by 1 Mesmer, you mean? It didn't really gank us. They kind of just rolled up on us, right? That was fine. I mean, even if they come out of stealth as part of the game mode. I'm so excited once they like get this weapon, whatever they're calling it, expanded weapon proficiency garbage out of the way, and they can start refining like, you know, all the out-of-date stuff in the game. Because I'd love to see them introduce these new weapons and then go back and like update all the old weapons, honestly. Like, not just with numbers for once, like mechanically. I think that'd be amazing. Some of the skills are good. A lot of them are not. And it's not just warrior, for once. Alright, we need the correct food. We have the correct food. We need the correct food. We have the correct food. We need the correct utility food, which is, of course, super cheese. I have to change the title for the ending of this video. What I could... Is it all of them again? How far do they want to chase me is the real question. Damn, they really want me. Path? No, I just go between stuff. It's important to keep in mind that if you don't have movement speed on your build, you can drop by one of the shrines and take it on desert, and it gives you a 40, like a maximum movement speed buff. Not maximum in combat, but maximum out of combat for like, what is it, 40 seconds? Or not 40 seconds, 5 minutes, sorry. It's like plus 40% movement speed out of combat for like 5 minutes. It's pretty good. Dang, look at all these badasses killing this one blue dude. Kinda want to help the blue dude. Haha. If his friends weren't coming, I would totally keep fighting him. That's funny. Damn, that went through ages. Whatever that was. That was good. He got me. He had a friend, but he got me. I didn't expect that to go through the ages, whatever it was. It hit me twice. Oh, it must have been a grenade volley. Those hit like 4 times. They should be reflected by Shieldmaster, though. I wonder if they fixed the Shieldmaster bug. And just like we didn't put it in the patch notes. That'd be really unfortunate. There's a way to test that. Hang on. Come on, worm. Shoot me. I know you want to. Nope. Still there. That just hit me like 4 times, whatever it was. What is this witchery? Do you not know? Man, they got nothing better to do. I don't even get to take the sentry. Oh, she got my look too. Look at this chica. A lot of days on his build. That's for sure. A lot of days. That was nice. Alright, he wins this one. Yeah, I can beat him on Berserker. I can't beat him on Bladesworn. Oh, that makes sense. I was like, where's my healing? He's not Trailblazer. He actually has a lot of power damage in his build. I was like, why am I not healing? Yeah, Relic of the Demon Queen for Phantom Razor, that ambush skill on the Mirage, the one that like sheds out all the daggers, is like really terrifying because it does daze. I'm gonna have to look at the replay and see how many stacks of poison. I mean, it doesn't matter how many stacks I have. As long as I had one, that's strong enough, but I'll have to look at how many I was getting. I really miss the old Bladesworn build, but that's what it is. You want to fight? For Virtuoso, do you want to fight? Do you want to just like pal around with your friends? That looks really cool, whatever that is. Whatever legendary. What killed me? Huh. I want to know what killed me. Maybe like pressing a button? Did I have confusion on me? Something did like 7k to me out of nowhere. That was mad weird. Shit's so jacked right now. I don't even know why I died. I don't even know if you can play Bladesworn, honestly. Oh, that was a good song. I like that song. Go back. He wants to battle. Shout out to him. Yeah, Relic of the Demon Queen is just so hard to fight. Trying to think what I could have done better there, and there just isn't anything, I don't think. Gunsaber is an actual trash can, though. I'd use the emote if I could. Or if I wasn't playing the video game. How much time we got? 14 minutes? Do trivia in a little bit. Get to a safe place. Do a couple questions tonight. Is this war gonna poison me? Find out. Should be enough. More. Really? Really, video game? Alright. Trying to think of more trivia. I used all my good trivia questions like the first couple nights. I can definitely come up with something though. Oh, I've got something. Easy. Trying to think what people are excited for other than that. I'm really excited for the guild hall thing, honestly. I feel like that's the biggest change for the game. I hope they actually took feedback this time. Maybe they take feedback and they want to do changes a lot of the time, but they just don't have time, you know? Because I know a lot of arenanet builds need to ship like 2 weeks before they even come out. Like, they need to be done. So it would make sense if they were reading feedback and then just couldn't actually do anything about it. More than, like, you know, malicious intent. Ow, my eyeballs. Let's go here. Come on, Doyex. Fight me. Oh, I thought we had like 3 somehow. 1 allied Dolyak. Dolyak and Dolyak violence. You hate to see it. I wonder if Bullet Catcher blocks melee attacks on staff. On warrior. Be weird if it doesn't, right? Especially for a 5 skill. It only blocks ranged attacks. It'd be so bad. It'd be such a arenanet warrior thing. Oh man, it better. Yeah, no, right. It only blocks bullets. It's not called hand catcher. You can't catch these hands. That'd be such an arenanet thing. You just press it and you're just stuck in the cast animation for 2 seconds while you're getting punched. Oh man. Oh god. That'd be fucking funny. I think I'm more excited to be able to play PvP again than anything else. PvP is just so ridiculous right now. I could probably get away with it on my Berserker build, but I don't know, man. Feels scummy. Find those guys again and poke them. Give them a hug. Ah! Instead, I'm just running in this first aid kit. I blame Roy. He probably moved that first aid kit. Yeah, we'll do trivia in like 9 minutes, I think. Got a couple ideas for questions. Let's see, what could... Shortbow and NG has to be a support weapon. There's no way it's not. Otherwise, it's just rifle. Of course, I said that about Axe Thief, and Axe Thief is just pistol. It's just weird. Like, even burstier pistol. Unclear. That is weird, because Axe on Thief also looks like it has a melee auto-attack chain, or they were just maybe in melee range when they were casting it in the video. Which is a little weird, too. I wonder if how much of that, like, Ellie will have. Hybrid, melee, ranged. Because for a while they were pretending that, like, melee weapons were supposed to be better than ranged weapons because the sacrifice was like, you know, you have to get into melee range. And then they just gave up on that. So I don't know. Like, that was originally supposed to be, like, you know, Revenant shortbow. That was supposed to be the trade-off. Like, 7-shot did more damage only at range. It, like, sucked in melee, and then, like, I don't know, that dev retired, or, I don't know, got really into basket weaving, and they changed their track. So, unclear, I guess, where they stand with that. Yeah, they boon ball in melee, but, you know, not to come back to it again, but there's lots of things like Revenant and Warrior that only have melee weapons, right? So, at least in PvP, those melee weapons should be, like, better. Or matter. I don't know. It just feels weird. It's especially, like, even on Mirage, like, I really like running Axe, and granted, Axe is getting a lot of changes this patch, but Axe has felt like butt in PvP since Dagger's come out, because Dagger's just better Axe, so I don't know. It still seems like just better Axe, honestly, but we'll see. The only thing Axe really has is the 3 on Mirage, comparatively, and that's just kind of like the power creep of the game, where they just keep having they keep having to design weapons that just feel better and better to use, and as a byproduct of that, they, like, the old ones just kind of get invalidated whether they mean to or not. Which is a little weird. Seems very unintentional, but also kind of intentional to sell expansions. My brain is still stuck on what sells the next expansion, and they have to have, like, you know, 4 releases worth of content, right? Watch one of those things be alliances. That's a feature release of the next expansion, alliances. You promised this 10 years ago! Oh, man. I can understand reworking 7-shot for PvE. Same thing with Bloodbane Path, which is the 2 on Shortbow and Revenant. I just don't understand why you literally go into shortbow and Revenant and you press 7-shot with the Shiro thing on and delete people. Seems like they should have scaled it down or something. Or at least made it you have to build power to do damage on it. Stop shooting me. Thank you. Oh yeah, 'cause I have so much health now. Let's camp at. It's gotta be down. Just saw a guy take it. There we go. Take this camp and hide in it for trivia. Art. They're doing art and gem store. Maddie. And that's not half of arenanet, that's most of arenanet, and that's not a joke. And I'm not trying to BM them either with this comment. You can look and find the registry of their staff. My friends and I did this like a year ago when we actually weren't getting balance patches, like for literally 2 years. There's one like Firebrand was just ubiquitous in every kind of content. We were like, where are the balance patches before End of Dragons came out? And we looked and we found like what everyone's registered and hired as. And it's literally like 220 artists. I'm almost not hyper. It's literally like 200 artists that work for this game. And then they have like one, because I was looking and I wanted to see who was actually registered as like a social media manager, and they have one, and they had one intern or something that did it. And then they had 2 people that were registered as like balance team. They had about 20 that were registered as like coding, and then they had like, you know, a bunch of execs and stuff, and then like a couple miscellaneous. We actually got a lot of new skins with this patch. They're just not out yet. If you go look at that shaman's data mine, it's like how many weapons? I think there were like 4 full weapon sets in this update, and this was just a quarterly update. We're also getting way more armor than we used to, and armor takes them way longer. Like, after Heart of Thorns came out, we basically didn't get any armor even in the gem store for 3 years. We got like 2 and a 6th, or 2 and a 3rd armor sets because the Revenant one could only use heavy in Heart of Thorns. And then we didn't get any armor for like 3 years. And then they started like shifting their armor, or like art direction priorities to actually making armor, instead of just outfits. It was really heavy on outfits for a really long time. What's really interesting to me is they haven't put out... I mean, they put out something new every week. Not even in the gem store. There were like 6 armor sets that released with End of Dragons. And there were, I think, 5 for Path of Fire. And we got the Interneos one, which is the spoilers demon one with this release. I don't think that's that bad, honestly. Like, what would you like? What kind of cosmetics? Yeah, 3 sets in? I think it's okay. For like a mini expansion or whatever they're calling it. It's still not on YouTube, which drives me nuts. Alright, get to a safe place, we'll do trivia. I got a couple ideas for questions. These are pretty good. We're gonna go along with the theme of like previewing new weapons today, so... exclamation point, I gotta set up the bot. Hang on. Easy. Okay, we good. Actually, I have to look this up because I don't know how this... Interesting. Hang on. I want to make sure this is right. It wasn't right. I'm glad I looked it up. Okay, cool. I've got the answer. I just wish we'd had the legendary relic. It's driving me nuts that I have to unlock them on every class. It's really annoying. I mean, it's not annoying for me because I world versus world, but I can't imagine what it's like for someone who's trying to play PvE or something. All right, so get to a safe place. We're doing trivia. We need a trivia song. Very important. This is very important. We'll go with this. Trivia. Yeah, February 28th. Just in time for the next expansion. Perfect. Okay. Trivia. So, how to enter? Exclamation point, whatever the answer is in chat. Caps don't matter. You have to be followed on Twitch. I don't know why. You don't have to be subbed on YouTube. It's weird. I think it's the thing with Twitches. And anyway, so if providing that the auto attack is not a chain, it's only one. Providing that the auto attack is only one link. What is the total number of buttons or of new skills they will have to make? Or, okay, so let me rephrase this. Providing that the auto attack chain is only one link, and providing this weapon works like sword, what is the total number of skills they will have to make for the class that is getting the greatest number of skills with the update? And I will repeat that because it was a lot. So provided the auto attack chains are only one link, as in it only does, you press it, it doesn't flip over to a new skill. What is the total number of skills they have to make for whatever class is the most, has the most number of skills, provided this weapon works like sword does? One-handed sword. If people want me to repeat that, I will. But it was a lot. Although if you think about it, it's not a lot. And exclamation point the number. So if it's 29, exclamation point 29. If something was getting 29 skills, though, that would be a little insane. That's alright. So what is the greatest number of skills? Basically, what is the greatest number of skills that whatever weapon we're going to get is going to give? So, for example, Warrior has like, a 3-hit auto attack chain and Bullet Catcher that flips over into a different thing. So that's 5 plus 3 equals 8, right? So you do exclamation point the number 8 if you thought it was Warrior. So what is the greatest number of skills that the new weapon will afford something, provided the auto attack is only one link? Which is, realistically, it's actually probably more than that. But we'll see. So if you think like Guardian Pistols will give 12, exclamation point 12. If you think that, based on what we've seen, I guess. Okay. That's a good guess. If anyone else would like to enter, you have time. Give it a few minutes. I will try to find those red people to get my revenge. Although I killed that Mirage to start with, so. Haha. I guess he got revenge on me. Solid guesses in chat. I like it. Be interested to know how people came up with these numbers, or if they are just guesses. Because I had to literally look this up. Give it another couple minutes. If they do weapons again, it's going to be interesting to see who gets what. I don't think they can do weapons again because I think they're out of non-magical things for Warrior, right? It's the warrior literally has like all of the non-magical things, unless they're literally gonna get like scepter and just hit people with a stick. I'm gonna have to look back as well. I really want to. Ooh, is this their red guy? Looks like there's a red guy. There's a red guy. He's a warrior. I'm not gonna be mean. We'll have a nice 1v1. Are you ready? Are you ready, sir? Be ready. Come out of your inventory. Do something. I don't want to just ambush you while you're AFK, dude. Although he has 5 stacks. Maybe he knows what he's doing. Sir. Would you like to fight? Would you like to press a button? Okay, I'm sorry. I tried. Back to your computer. Fight me. I tried, sir. You still have time. So the question again, one last time, is what is the total number of skills that the new weapons, you know, in parentheses, possibly 1, possibly more, will give that class for the greatest number from what we've seen anyway. Give it 1 more minute. Oh, we own this camp. Damn, I saved this camp. He ported right away too. I was trying to like let him fight me. It could be so for like Guardian, it would be a combination of the pistols. So if you thought they would only get 5, you would do !5 with the total both pistols. It is exact, but if no one gets exact, I will do closest wins. And you can change your answer if you would like to. You just do ! whatever it is, and it will change the answer. You have 42 seconds. So for example, like Ranger, from what we've seen, has a 3 hit auto attack chain, and it had like 1 flip over skill, so that would again be 8. Okay, you stick to your answer? Solid. Get to a safe place. As safe as we can do it. The place is safe. This is world versus world. I know, right? Alright. Last chance to change your answers. Really enjoying trivia. Just gotta come up with more cool questions. In 3, 2, 1. Maddie has got it with 18. So from what I can see, if there is no auto attack chain on the Elementalist pistol, they will have to make 6 weave skills and 3 for each element, right? Yeah. I had to look it up because I thought it was less than that, but it's 6 total weave skills and 12 base ones because you can be in like water or whatever. Granted, hammer does not work that way because they were fucking lazy. So it could, that's why I said it has to work like sword does, because sword affords them, you know, 18 skills per weapon, right? So Maddie, I will send you money. I will do another question in a bit, probably much less time, maybe like 10 minutes or so. Congrats on winning even more of my money. I'm interested to know how people got the other, like what they were thinking with their other answers. Because I originally thought Ellie Pistol would only give 14, but I was way off with the weave skills. I kind of don't play Ellie or math. It's a lie, I use math a lot for work. You swear you're not doing it on purpose? It's okay, it's okay. People wanted, you know, trivia instead of just RNG. Maybe I'll go back to like just giving out gold one of these nights, you know? But you won fair and square. It's all good. Nettie, I have you marked, so you don't need to log in. Yeah, that makes sense. No, it's ! whatever the formula is, it's like exclamation point 3 factorial, so it's 3 times 2 times 1, because it's receding combinations, because they don't duplicate, the order doesn't matter. We're learning math today on stream. See, this stream is now can be marked educational. I can change it in YouTube, so I don't even have to worry about selecting the, secrets of the obscure game that YouTube insists on doesn't exist. No. Second place is way higher than that. Staff on Warrior already has 7, right? Oh, no, because I said the auto attack is only 1 in interval. Well, Warrior already disproved that, so the Warrior will be 8 minimum, right? You want to fight? You do want to fight. Heck yeah. Are you some kind of burn firebrand? I like it. Burn firebrand with a staff? I really like it. I love seeing people's cool, weird builds. Oh, he just wants the Dolyak. Oh, well, that's not happening, sir. But I'll play fair. I have to kill you to kill the Dolyak. How about that? Okay. I have downed him, and I will now go get my prize, although my prize is running away quite fast. Warrior should be 8, right? Because it has 3 hits of the auto attack. I didn't even think of the burst skills. It should be way more than that. I didn't think of the burst or the primal burst, so Warrior will get. And also the Spellbreaker burst is technically a different number. It's technically a different type of burst skill, but we don't count that because it does the same thing with 1 bar of adrenaline. Sir, press a button. Sir. Bro, just let me stomp you. Warrior would be 8 so far because Bullet Catcher and Defiant Roar are 2 different skills that they specifically said, and then 1 for Primal Burst and then 1 for regular burst, so that's 10. I'm trying to think. There's something that has way more, though, already. Ranger has 3 on the auto and then 1 flip over for the Bramble Guard thing. And then it has like its weird passive buff thing that it gets. The one we saw today had like 6 or 7. What is it? 3 on the auto hit. Disconnect the tether counts as 1, and then like the flip over pull counts as 1. So that's what, 7 at least. Why is it escorting Dolyaks? There was something else that had a lot, I swear. Maybe I made that up. Maybe I'm just hallucinating. Warrior actually has quite a lot. Oh, it's a daily? Okay. Well, this guy spawns right there. He can respawn. I'll let people do it in the future, though. I feel bad. I never look at the World versus World dailies. Him do it. Yeah, you're right. You're right. I should just let people. These aren't people that are like the red people that were fighting me earlier. So Ellie's got like a buttload, right? Ellie's got like 3 classes worth of development budget. Jesus Christ. Can you tell Cal's in charge or what? Oh, man. I didn't think it was that much. Maybe they won't do unique weave skills, right? It'll just like crap out like hammer and just kind of do one thing. Weaver's a cool idea. Apparently they wanted to make Weaver for like ever. Like it was supposed to be the first elite spec. It was just way too hard. What's his name? One of my favorite devs was actually in charge of making Weaver. I'm pretty sure. At least he was in charge of presenting it for Path of Fire. I want to get his name wrong. He's the dude with the ponytail who always used to joke about running Signet Warrior in World vs. World and was like trying to make it work. Even Trident has, yeah, it does. I mean, Trident got work. Trident on Revenant got work. Even Spear on Revenant got some work. It's just not as customizable as Trident. Like, if there ever was an example of, like, we want to do more but can't always, and basically just, like, typifying warrior design for the last 8 years, where it just, they want to do more, but no one cares enough, or they don't have enough development bandwidth to do it, and that's what gets shorted. It's like Spear on Revenant versus Trident on Revenant, right? Like, the Trident does... Because Revenant was only supposed to originally have one weapon set, and then it was supposed to be able to swap legends, and its skills were going to be, like, way cheaper, like Thief, with basically no cooldown. But you're going to have to manage your energy better. It was designed with only one underwater weapon, and all of the Trident stuff does different stuff based on, like, all of the skills do different things based on what legend you have. And then, because of that, they added another weapon slot afterward. They had to add another weapon. They added Spear, and it doesn't do any of that. So that's like, that just smacks so hard of, like, okay, we'd love to do this, but, like, no. You know? No one's gonna care. I still really would be really interested to see, like, who plays what and how much. You know? If Warrior really is bottom of the barrel. Although it's every time meta compositions from people, like independent people, seem to come out, it seems to be meta. Like, Thief and Warrior seem to be way down there. But that's a self-fulfilling prophecy, you know? If you make something crap, they're making it not fun to play, it's gonna be crap and not fun to play forever. So, we'll see. I have a feeling Guardian will have at least one flip over skill on the pistols. Thief would have, let's see, what's it got? I don't know how many hits the auto is, but let's just assume 3. So that's 3 plus 2, plus 2, because there's 2 offhand weapons. So we're up to 6 plus an ambush, that's 7. NG will probably have at least one flip over skill, if not the entire thing, which would be interesting. I have a feeling Engineer Shortbow is going to be weird. Kind of excited for it, honestly. Not the weapon I would have given them, but it's going to be interesting. I had to think of what my other trivia question was. Yeah. Oh, and Deadeye Ambush, true. They're different. Oh, Untamed has, it has to have an untamed version of the mace as well, even if it just steals life like all the other ones. So that's, what, 9 or something? 3, 3, that's 10 on Ranger? No, 9, yeah. Interesting. And that's if only one of the skills flips over. Ranger Mace is so weird, like the unique buff thing on it is so strange to me. Ooh, do you want to fight? Do you want to fight? Fight me! Yuck yeah! Alright, let's do this. You just blew literally all of your skills, dude. There's that controller tab targeting coming in clutch. Not doing what I need it to do. There we go, he's dead. Sorry, dude. Nice. Classic, targeting the clone that doesn't exist off in Narnia. My favorite thing. He's a baby, but he attacked me. Aggressive babies die, Maddie. That's the rule. Can't just be a pacifist in World vs. World. Guy tries that every time we stream and it never works. Speaking of babies and that one guy, I'm trying to buy like a bamboo hat. And apparently they're really, really annoying to get in the US. Because you have to import them, because no one like makes just the bamboo samurai hat in the US. You know, like the one hat I'm talking about, right? Like my friend wants to get one of the big wicker monk hats that goes down over your eyes, and like there's only one store that makes one of those, and they're like in the mountains, and they're not meant to be like a consumer item. So I'm trying to just find, like, you know, split the difference and get, like, a samurai hat. Wear on the subway so people don't talk to me. For the 12 days a week, or 12 days a year I go into the city. Ow. What was my other question? I had another, really good question. But I forgot it. Give me a topic. Somebody give me a topic. That you want the... You can. Here's your chance to influence the game. Here's your chance to rig it. Somebody give me a topic. I'll think of something. Although everyone may have been gone to sleep already, it may just be me giving Maddie gold at this point, which is fine. He helped me take a guild hall. I should pay him in some way. It's so weird that I have Twitch ads, or ads on my Twitch channel now. I don't know how I feel about that. I'm sorry, everybody. I didn't know that enabling affiliate would do that. It's like, you know, like Samurai Jack's hat, but like a little bit more pointed, you know? And I want a black one. Traits? Traits is a good one. We can do traits. I'll try to pick not just warrior crap. Traits are good. I'm gonna go look at traits and think of a good question. Alright, I got it. Just being you and wearing an oversized hoodie. I'm not... We have hoodies for the guild. I'm not huge on hoodies. Like, they're really warm in winter, obviously, but... I don't know. I'm very picky with hoodies. Probably a baby. The one hoodie I had was an Under Armour hoodie, and that zipper has exploded. It's not coming back. I want to get like a, you know, a robe tie for it or something. Almost. Like a big shoelace. Thing is so comfortable. And I was hoping to run into that red posse again. Maybe get some revenge, but they seem to have exploded. Oh, I gotta check if my bot can do spaces. Oh, we're not gonna chance it. Yeah, it's been long enough. We can do the next... Ooh, is this 2 people? Okay, hold please. I gotta help my ally. Oh, my food fell off. Absolutely perfect timing. Heck yeah. He was a catalyst, so he deserved that. Catalyst is gonna be a nightmare to fight after this patch. What's he? He was living, man. No food. This guy's got like an infusion. This guy knows what's up. Look at him. This hat. That guy has is what I'm trying to buy. There you go. It's off on his own samurai adventure. I like that guy's fashion wars. That was good. Okay, so all one word, even though it is 2 words. Exclamation point in chat. No caps are necessary. What is the name of the trait without... I mean, you can cheat if you want to. I don't really care. But kind of ruins it. What is the name of the trait that you must take to spec into an elite specialization? So it's 2 words together, no spaces. This is the one that gives you the elite specialization. So what is the name of the trait that actually... So say... Okay, Maddie. For example, you only have 20 hero points or whatever, right? What is the name of the trait that unlocks the ability to actually use the elite specialization skills? So it's 2 words together, no spaces, even though the actual thing is 1 word. I'll figure out spaces on the bot later. So for example, it could be like, I don't know. I don't want to give it away or what it isn't. It's not the one that lets you equip the weapon, because that doesn't exist anymore. So for example, yes, it could be that. Also, now I'm fighting people, of course. Wow, the mega omega like repeated stuff. Look at that! Look at that guy chaining his CCs, man. That was great. It is not just elite specialization, no. It is the name of the trait. Not the whole trait line. That is an elite specialization. So General has entered something, yes. For example, it could be that. That is the correct, like, syntax that I'm looking for. Because I will figure out spaces and stuff after this. Lord, I'd love some stability in Warrior. Or anything. Got so chain CC'd there. I'd honestly really like if they moved the stability trait to a different line. I don't like that. I like that it competes in a or in a trait slot, but I don't like that it competes with the Cleansing Ire trait that you need to take. Cleansing Ire is way too good. So it's not the one that... I don't know if you meant to enter this, Maddie. That is possible, but it's not the one that actually lets you equip the weapon. It's the one that lets you equip the specialization. But that is the name of a thing. General has changed their answer. Okay. Do we have any other entries? I'll give it a few minutes. If you would like to enter, the question is, this is for 25 gold or however many people win it. What is the name of the trait category that lets you equip a specialization skills? So like, what would I need to even put headbutt on my bar before I unlocked headbutt? Trying to make the questions weird enough that they can't just literally Google this, but also, like, I don't think anyone really cares about cheating. 2 weeks is a long time to wait for this patch, man. Why couldn't they put the balance patch out and then do the beta? I want my arms buff now, damn it. I actually don't care about the arms buff at all. But it is what it is. You have until I destroy this catapult to get an answer in chat. Although I'm on Berserker, this could take forever. You are confusion? Well, you entered something. You want to fight? Would you like to fight? You're God walking among mere mortals. Fight me. Yeah, there we go. Never mind. You have a little bit longer to enter, chat. Y'all lucked out. Damn, that almost feared me off the edge. That was good. I mean, downstate abuse side, that was good. He swapped to his wolf and tried to fear me off the edge. If I didn't give myself Aegis with the pistol, I would have gone flying. Or running, and I don't think I had a stun break. I had weapon swap up, which cleanses, but I don't know if that would have done enough. Alright. 10 seconds. Anyone want to change their answer? Anyone want to change their answer back? No one has gotten it right yet. I will say that. So if you would like to change your answer, you both have one change. How about that? No one currently has it right. Oh, come on. Use that enormous brain. How many people is down there? Saw you. Saw you people. Oh, we had an ally. I feel bad. I would have helped you. I didn't know we had an ally down here fighting people. I thought they were just trying to hide from me. Yuck. I would have helped you, friendo. I'm sorry. I was just attacking the Dolyak. Oh, well, I need to get back to do trivia anyway. Guro has entered minor trait. Would anyone like to change their answer? You have 10 seconds. You have 10 seconds after the Twitch delay. How about that? All right, 3, 2, 1. The answer was minor adept. General had it, but he changed his answer. They changed their answer. I apologize. So the trait that actually lets you actually lets you equip a specialization is minor adept. It is the first trait also in the regular trait lines, and you have to take it. So whenever you have to take a trait, it's called minor, and then from there it goes adept, master, grandmaster, because they have no consistency. Minor proficiency is what lets you equip the weapon, but we don't have those anymore, really, even though we do. I wonder what they say. It literally just says you can wield swords. They should probably update that. Well, I feel bad, so I don't know, I'll just give Maddie more gold. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, I'll do more trivia next week. Feel free to hang out. I'm gonna keep roaming, maybe work on my legendaries a little bit. Just these perma-stun people to fight, but maybe I can try Bladesworn versus them. Nah, Bladesworn sucks. I always go to Bladesworn and I'm like, I want to play this, and it just sucks. Yeah, really, because if you don't have SoTO, you can still equip those weapons and do... Yeah, but I don't understand why the trait's still set, because sword proficiency is still in the game. So, I guess I see what you're saying. Like, it's still in the game because you can not have SoTO and, like, have Weaver and equip a sword. That's still really weird, right? Especially because, like, if you do have SoTO, I guess the trait should just say, congratulations, this is a trait, or something. I don't know. Already got her. Oh, we should do the money characters, right? I always keep forgetting to do this. I should also think of more trivia. Your trivia question, not really. What should Bladesworn have been called? Hint, it's not trash can. Not a real trivia question. Oh my god. The Hollowsmith leaps are like exactly the wrong distance. Yeah, Jade bot recycling some junk. Pretty much. It should have just been that emote. Bladesworn was really good on release, and then they've just taken things away from it. So I have... Does anyone else have this? This is a good question for the audience, just a people question, really, more personality thing. I have this thing where I'll look at a product, or I'll look at a series, or I'll look at a thing, like a specialization for a game or a class type, and part of my brain will go, that's really stupid. But it does that in a way that I know almost immediately now that I'm going to enjoy it. And that's what it did with Bladesworn, where I was like, this looks really dumb. like gun sabers are cool, but there's no way that like I'll ever enjoy this. I'll just keep like stick to Mirage and keep playing Mirage. It'll be okay. And it's like my favorite class. So I don't know. I was just wondering if anyone else has that. I have that with books all the time. I have that with movies all the time. You know, like you look at a poster for Van Helsing and you're like, wow, this looks cheesy and stupid. And then it's like, oh, this movie was sweet. I had that with Pacific Rim. I was sure I was going to hate it. My friend picked me up from a really long shit, like a 12, 14-hour shift at work or something. I was exhausted. And I went to the movie with them and I fucking love Pacific Rim. Like, it's one of my favorite movies. The first one. We don't talk about the second one. But, like, stuff like that. Where it's just like you just like a thing that you thought you were going to really dislike. I don't know. Maybe that's only me. You're allowed to like stuff. That's the, like, the internet wants you to just hate everything, but people who, like stuff are happier. I'm just trying to, like, be at that point in my life where I just, like, enjoy shit. I enjoy complaining about Bladesworn, that's why I do it. And I enjoy playing it, too. But yeah, it's like, you know, I complain about Guild Wars all the time or critique it, but I enjoy it. Clearly still playing it. What was the other thing I just watched that was really stupid, but it was pretty good? Like, it's cool to hate on Marvel movies now, and I don't love a lot of them, but, like, Guardians 3 was really good. Guardians 3 was really good. Don't like it. Don't watch it if you have a soul and don't want to be sad, though. It's a really good movie. Yeah, what's the other one that's just kind of fun? The Fast movies, like Fast X. They've just turned into like popcorn action movies, but they're like pretty fun. They're ridiculous and insane, but they're like pretty fun. I think I already got him. She's the last one. To make more legendaries so I can do more trivia questions. Real talk, I need to finish a staff. I keep making legendaries and selling them. Yeah, I have no idea why that is, Maddie. That is weird. I don't know, I feel like I should reward people for watching me. Like I said before, people who like have thousands of gold and don't give it to their community is fucking weird to me. What am I gonna do with money? Playing this game for like 11 years, man. Yeah, I know, right? It's like, what are you gonna do with, like, before, like, the answer was, oh, I need money to buy Black Lion keys. You know? That's the paranoia I have, right? That's why I keep making them, is something's gonna come out that's gonna be like, okay, I need that, and it's 10,000 gold. You know? What is going on? Where is this thing? Oh my god. Use my ranged attacks. It's ridiculous. Oh man. Do some roaming on Mirage, actually. That's an idea. Close this Weaver tab. We've learned enough about Weaver today. Weaver's such a cool idea. Dang, I successfully did 100,000 damage to an enemy player. Nope, that's the wrong thing. I could even go to EBG for this. I don't have a good Demon Queen build yet. Like, that Mirage one was pretty good, but I don't know. I want to try to learn a new playstyle. I mean, that's maybe me being lazy. I don't really want to try to learn a new playstyle in like 2 weeks. I'm more interested in how that guy had so many invulns up. I guess, you know, if it gives you invuln, you put it on your bar. and Mirage. I honestly kind of hate that the game is still balanced, like energy sigils are still in the game. There's certain relics and certain sigils that it's becoming increasingly obvious that they're just way better on certain classes. Like energy sigil for Vindicator and Mirage and stuff, you know? And for PvP, that's like kind of okay because the sigils aren't as powerful. But for something like World vs. World where you already basically have permanent vigor, or I do have permanent vigor plus like the super vigor from the food, and like Mirage dodges are just out of control in World vs. World, as you saw. It's pretty crazy what it can do. I don't really like classes that can both attack and defend at the same time. I think that's pretty cheap. And there was a PvP season where literally everything can do that. I hated that season. It was like Thief, Mirage, Vindicator had just come out. It was awful. It was awful. It was just use all of, like, chain all of your invuln stuff that does damage, and then if you ever run out, you just lose. My Mirage build's pretty weird, and it's gonna change a lot with the, patch, but, so I don't really feel bad giving this to people. I was trying to resist giving it out to people because for a while no one knew what it was, and it was really good. They try not to make those things too public. I'm gonna try to find a video with it. Hopefully I'll get jumped while I'm doing this. It's like dueling inspiration right now, but I'm gonna switch back to illusions. I was running dueling chaos, full Selly, sigil of vision and energy on axe torch, and then sigil of energy cleansing on staff. If that gives you enough information, and then you take like the create clone on dodge trait. In duel, you basically take all of the clone stuff you possibly could, like everything that generates a clone. I don't like any of the just nuke people down builds. They feel very cheap on Mesmer to me. And I hate that mantra. The Days mantra, I wish they would just take it out of the game. I hate it so much. I mean, if you like it, that's fine. You know, it's a playstyle. It's definitely very viable. I just think the fact that it's a Days with no projectile or telegraph is very unfair, and it has ammo. Like, at least when a warrior jumps at you to hit you with a mace, there's like a giant telegraph for it, right? You know, even this Phantasm that does like a Daze whenever it casts its thing has a huge telegraph. It's 2-2-3 with 3 being the bottom and dueling. I forget what the inspiration traits are, but they're all going to change in a week anyway. It's basically all the healing stuff and inspiration. Heal when you generate a clone, heal when you shatter, then heal when you cast a healing, or remove a condition when you cast a healing skill. And then this is wrong, I should use, I should be using this. But you can take a different one, use a different healing skill. And then it's like 1-2-1 Mirage, I think. But it's actually gonna, this build is actually gonna be relevant for after the patch comes out, because they're shifting stuff around and making Axe not the worst thing in the world. Axe is really bad right now if you don't take the Axe trait. A lot of my builds have been in the dumpster for a really long time. The only one that hasn't is Condi Berserker. That's why I've been playing it. Can't wait to start making new stuff with the patch. I've been so bored. Another key part of this build is the food that you run for it. I mean, clearly you do, right? Like, based on what we saw today. There's quite a lot you can do with it. One key part of this Mirage build, which kind of sucks, is Mirages, or Mesmer in general, outside of Chronomancer, doesn't really have movement speed, and this is a food that people don't really know about. You can kind of get away with not running this on desert if you're constantly taking shrines and stuff, but this utility food gives you plus 25% movement speed, and this is where all my like Black Lion statuettes go, is like buying primers for this, because these things are like 6 gold to make. They're a lot less if you actually craft them by scribing, but crafting them is a pain in the butt because they're like the end scribing item. So you need to either make them in batch or put in buy orders on the trading post, so I'll put in like buy order for 50 and then just sit on them on the trading post, or just make them yourself. And then the food is either obviously super cake or Orient truffle for the endurance regen. Keep in mind your endurance regen, whatever you're building on, never goes above plus 100%. So if you have like vigor and Orient truffle, it won't go, like another 20 won't do anything. There's only a couple classes that can really try to take advantage of that. I think you would still want to run Torch on offhand, even with pistol with its interrupt and stuff on Demon Queen. Although that'd still be pretty good, because I think it dazes you twice if you're the only target. Like dazes and stuns. Yeah, that's nasty. Those are such a crazy class. I miss OG Bladesworn so much, though. I really hope if something doesn't, like if they don't ever fix Bladesworn, something else starts playing like it, so I can have that playstyle back. I really miss it. It was so much fun. Kind of bummed that really the only people that ever saw it were like Kashima and Daikaru. But if you go back and watch a bunch of my old streams, there's like a lot you can do with it. Was this 3 people? That might be an issue. Bad. Bit of a problem. They can have their catapults. They're taking a green thing. Are we green? Wait, we're green. I need to defend this. This Firestalker ever de-aggroes me. Look at how far these things aggro. It's so ridiculous. That thing spawns by the fucking Firekeep and it's still chasing me. This thing is no joke, like 100,000 units away from where it spawns right now. Look at it run back. We're going to follow this Firestalker. I want you to see where the aggro range of this thing is. It literally, like, actually despawned and respawned over there. It didn't run back. It, like, actually just teleported. It's crazy. I wonder how long it'll be before people realize the Demon Queen Mirage is like super, super good. Because that build seems very good for like someone who's good at PvP, right? Especially if they build it full glass. Like you go like Grieving Amulet or something. I'm always really interested to see what catches on and what doesn't in PvP. Because I'll like, you know, brute force buildcraft a lot of stuff immediately, and then, you know, it'll take the community a really long time to even realize something's good. Like, it's got to go through a couple of monthly automated tournaments because there's so much gatekeeping and, like, garbage, right? And I find that really interesting because Daring Dragon was always really good. It's just that the community never realized how to use it. So, like, it just got deleted from the game. Which is like kind of, you know, my tactic backfired that time. I should have made a video way earlier about it and gotten people playing it. Maybe gotten it nerfed earlier. That build was super good. I don't know if it was top, but it was like super good and super fun. I had a couple people on my channel literally quit when they took it away. I was really sad. Shout out to you guys. Hopefully they bring it back. There's other stuff to play. It's the one Circle of Dust song that's not constant screaming. There's just a couple things that are really strong in PvP, right? Like, I talked to Ita, who's a top 50 in the US, and he says it was like all Akeem when Akeem was like really oppressive. It's like Akeem and fireworks for burst. That's why one of the reasons PvP was like such an FPS, where everything just did like 10% more damage. You would just queue up all your bursts and come out of stealth and kill somebody. We'll have to see. I'm definitely down to play more PvP after the balance patch. I'm just, right now, A, none of my builds are good, and B, it's like so weird. And also it's 2v2s. I don't care. Did they fix the 2v2, 3v3 maps to be actually correct yet? Because, like, if you queue up for 2v2 and it goes into map selection or 3v3, like, the one that's a hallway has, like, the wrong, it has, like, the wrong art, like, they don't sync up correctly. And it was correct for exactly one season, then they changed it back, and I was like, what the heck? I don't understand why arenanet insists on giving the Giga Relics to Kandri instead of power. I almost think that, Relic of the Demon Queen is a Giga Power Relic, because, what's it called? Poison is a power condition. Like, poison is just as effective on power as it is on Kandi. Same thing with chill. I understand your complaint. I know sort of like what you meant, I think. Whereas, like, you know, you want more things that do damage or interact with damage a little bit better, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know why it doesn't, well, let me revise that statement now that I'm not in combat. It's interesting that Relic of the Warrior really only works on Warrior. Like, other things can use it, and knocking your weapon swap cooldown down by 2.5 seconds is good. It's just way better on Warrior when it already has fast hands. People both want to fight me. It's not gonna happen. I look at the Demon Queen as decent duration poison. I mean, I don't know. 3 seconds is okay. It could have a longer poison duration, but that might be overpowered on Kandi. See, I think expertise and concentration just mess things up. That's why they're not in PvP to begin with. Like, they mess balance up. That's why even, you know, I almost feel like there needs to be a good power stat with expertise, because there's one, but it sucks. It's called, like, Vigilant or something. It's like power, toughness, concentration, expertise. There's some very, very meme builds you can do with it, but that's like it. It's like how there isn't a good concentration Kandi stat, really. The closest you're going to get is the thing that they put in for End of Dragons, or Seligear, realistically. And again, that's why Seligear just fucks everything up, because it has concentration and expertise, which are the two most powerful stats mathematically in the game. You know, do you really need 10-second bleeds on somebody? No, they're probably going to cleanse it, but, like, boons are good, you know? Immobilized duration's pretty good. Demon Queen, at least, I would say, has more synergy than something like Akeem, or the other one that applies, like, Fractal Relic or something that applies, like, burning when you hit a CC'd target, or CC a target with, like, X number of burning stacks or something. Because Demon Queen does something else, and it applies the condition that it modifies. The boon removal one is actually really cool with Virtuoso. Did you guys see that video? There was one on Reddit today that was talking about how... that's what my trivia question actually should have been. So, Relic of, like, Neos or something, whenever you remove a boon on a 1/4 second cooldown, it gives you a stack, and when you get to 10 stacks, you go into, like, Hyper God mode, where you, like, gain life for damage you do, and, like, do more damage and stuff. Your character model gets larger. It's basically the ranger buff that they're getting for maces, but a little bit different. But what's really interesting about that is when, like, Aegis triggers, like, say you apply Aegis to yourself and someone hits you, that counts as removing a boon. And same thing on Virtuoso when they're, there's a trait when your phantasms become when your phantasm becomes a clone, it transfers whatever boons it had to you, but virtuosos don't get clones, right? So that counts as removing a boon. So there's like this weird like PvE virtuoso build you can do right now that like rotates between doing like 35k and like 42k or something, depending on whether a Relic of Nyos is active, and it like triggers it off itself. It's like the weirdest thing. Like, go look up the video if you don't know what I'm talking about. I'll try to find it here in a sec. It's such a cool interaction. I really hope it stays. Hang on, I'll get on my cat, actually. I'll try to find this video. Yeah, I wouldn't have thought of it, but it's a really interesting point. Because it's interesting that it doesn't apply when boons expire. What's the new infusion? Is there a new infusion? What are people talking about? New infusion is very good. To find this. There it is. Yeah, this thing is cool. That relic bugs out Rev? I believe it. What's it do? Nah, this song is fine. This is a cover of Bad Apple. The dude who made Toho is like really chill with people using his music. And this is also like a rock cover of it. That whole thing blows my mind. It's like whenever I try to read like what anime is about, one guy made like all of Toho and it turned into a huge thing, and it's about like bullet hell anime maids or something. Mystic, Snow Diamond, Jotun, and Winter's Heart is what this is. Jesus Christ. That's like some me shit. Shuffles your utilities. Is it like... Okay, so do you get utilities from other legends? Or do you just like get them, the ones you have, shuffled around? Because I wouldn't be surprised if they just have like a base set of utility, like it has to have an order base and it just defaults to that. The ones you have, darn. Okay, so you can't do some like Revenant nonsense shenanigans like you used to be able to. There was one glorious week where it was like basically there was a way to choose your utilities on Rev, and it was really funny. Like, that class has been more bugged than Bladesworn, man. That's very funny though. I would hate that. That's, again, this is the biggest problem I have with a lot of the relics, is a lot of them have these weird invisible effects that trigger on a timer, and there's no way to control it for you or whatever you're fighting. So it's, like, really unhelpful, ultimately. I don't know. Which is really weird, because they just spent a lot of their effort and development time getting rid of a lot of the auto-triggering effects, so I don't really know where they're going with this. You know? It's just kind of weird. Especially the sub 50% things, etc. Oh, I've got it. I know how they're going to sell the next expansion. You guys ready? Esports. I'm a genius. I should be hired by arenanet's marketing team. Am I kidding? I am arenanet's marketing team. I make shorts for them for free. Why pay someone when you can have someone else do it for free? I don't care. I'm glad to help. Wonder what we'll get tomorrow. Wait, so yeah, so how many did we get last week? We got 3 last week. That means we're either only going to get 3 this week, or there's going to be 1 that's saved for next week, right? Because there's only 5 work days. Interesting. It's gonna be Mesmer. Yeah, it's gonna be Mesmer. I don't know, man. People are really hyped for Guardian, but yeah, Mesmer might be insane. I think you said something about Cal saying like Mesmer's gonna break the game or something. Oh, I believe it. When Cal usually says stuff like that, it's usually about target cap or like systems that exist, so maybe it's like Mesmer can have way more clones than they usually could or something. No, they can't do a unique clone interaction really because Virtuoso's in the game. Maybe that's where all their development time went. I don't know, it sure as shit wasn't Thief. All the fights, man. Let's go to this tag. Whoa! My frames! My precious antique frames! More weird Euro rock going. This is a good song, though. I'm so happy I finally fixed, in quotes, my laptop. I've never had a laptop die just without me, like, doing something horrible to it. So, and all of my computer failures in my life have been hardware related. I've never had one just, like, explode. Although I think it still might be hardware, because one day I pulled up my laptop on my porch to turn my sound system on, and it just, blue screen. And I was like, oh, good. But I just reinstalled Windows, and that seems to have fixed it, although it's still occasionally freezing, which is not ideal. So, SSD failure, maybe? Unclear. I did like a disk check of everything, and it showed it was fine, so I don't know, man. I can Google stuff, but I'm not smart enough to fix half this crap. Where is our tag? Are they in space? Space tag? Space tag. Let's go over to the space tag. The real question is, what are the next elite specializations if they're not doing weapons, right? So, that's actually a really fun question, and it kind of goes along with my, like, theory of how they're going to break up the expansion content. What are the elite specializations, in quotes, that come out with these weapons, right? Like, if Warrior's getting a staff, it's got to be some kind of monk, right? Riser cable? If your PC overheats all the time, better chiller, knock to a fan or ice giant fan or something. Unless you're a liquid cooling bro. Small form factor. Oh, we'll blow on it harder. Obviously. My friend wanted to make one of those that he could chunk in a backpack, and I was like, have you heard of a laptop? Yeah, he really wanted to get, like, the, what's it called? The Mjolnir case. Like, it's like the ultra small titanium form factor thing. Came out about a half a year ago, but it's been on, like, back order. Like, they sold through their first stock, and it's been on back order forever. Staying with me for a while and just never got his hands on one. I just thought it was so weird because they definitely make, like, laptops that are just as powerful as the thing he wanted to make. So it's like, why don't you just buy a laptop? They can video out, right? That was at least a decision, guy. I respect it. So, like, Necromancer would get Wraith. I don't know what it would do that Harbinger doesn't already do. Maybe just have, like, a Shroud, but instead of, like, making you, in quotes, weaker in the Shroud, it just sort of, like, doesn't give you a second health bar. It gives you a bunch of teleport mobility. Warrior gets some kind of weird monk thing. Mesmer gets Ana from Overwatch. That's what it's called. Guardian gets Gunslinger. engineer gets some kind of like combat medic. I don't know. I think that'd be the move, but like I don't know how they'd do it. I also don't know how they'd release it exactly, because we already kind of had this conversation, and Maddie said they could release like 3 every, you know, quarter, and I think that would just be a nightmare for like dealing with fans and stuff. My thing's not out, Riot. Ow. Something killing me. No, it's literally just the shrine? Shrines hurt. Let's try a different heal skill. Oh, they're still alive? Oh, they have a lot. No, it depends on the flavor of Mesmer. Hard to chase or escape. It's very easy to chase or escape on a Mesmer. They have just Blink, right? Which is their utility, which is like one of the best movement skills in the game. It's just a lower cooldown version of the thing that thieves have without the ability to teleport back. That's a stun break. This is phase retreat, which is not technically a stun break, but I can use while stunned, which is really unique for a weapon skill. So if you're really clever with it, you can like about face and phase retreat. Granted, staff is a Condi weapon. I think you said you play power. Mirage gets jaunt, which is like a short range teleport. It's also a leap finisher. It also does confusion. It also cleanses one condition. It's very good. Mirage also gets illusionary ambush, and if they want and can fit it into their build, Mirage advance, both of which are teleports. Illusionary ambush is, let me find something. Basically, it's the Axe 3 ability where it shuffles you around and will de-target you from whatever, like if someone has you selected, it will de-target you. So if I have like clones up, right? Hang on. If I have clones up, and I use Axe 3, it will shuffle me and the clones around and will de-target me from, like, if that gargoyle had me selected. And this is a teleport, although you can't use it while stunned, unlike the staff ability. But Illusionary Ambush does the same thing. Let me show you. Thankfully, that's not an enemy. But you can use it with any weapon. And granted, it doesn't automatically face you toward the target, but it will shuffle you around them and has a 1200 range. So, like, let's see. Yeah, they have a lot. Chronomancer can reset all their skills. They don't have all the illusionary stuff, but they can reset all of it once. Granted, that also resets their positioning. Virtuoso just is like the ranged version of this. Because all their they don't have clones, but they have their shatters. So, like, see that gargoyle over there? I can press it. Hang on, it's not up. I can use Illusionary Ambush kind of like an offensive skill. You see how that chunked me toward him? It won't always put me on top of him. Sometimes it would, like, put me in the lava over here, or, like, at a random point around him. But basically, you can use that as another 1200 range blink. Sword Ambush, one-handed sword on Mesmer is, like, the 600 range leap that dashes you forward that you can use every time you dodge. And it dazes, so it's a very mobility-heavy spec if you're playing, like, one-handed sword. Mirage is extremely mobile. And then keep in mind, you can also run, like, Relic of Speed. So you can have super speed. If there's some way you can give yourself swiftness with, like, an agility sigil or something, Mirage is ridiculous. Or Mesmer's ridiculous. Granted, a lot of that does come from Mirage because you get the ambush skills, but still. And I can give myself Alacrity on my build to, like, cool down all of that faster. Which soon I'll be able to even better. Yeah, that's why I like this Dancy Dually Mirage, because there's a lot of kiting potential. There's a lot of, I like things that fight. I don't like things that just explode other things. If that makes any sense. So I'd rather have a prolonged fight with something, even if I'm covered in Mirage bullshit, than I would just explode somebody from stealth and then run away. Or chain all my invulns until I can explode them again. which is how the other two flavors of Mesmer play. Not saying there's anything wrong with that, I just don't enjoy it. We going? We should take this keep back. Oh, the tag's already doing that. Let's help the tag. A lot of Mesmer stuff has really good range as well. Like the Greatsword is 1200. Staff is technically 1200, but not really. You kind of have to be in kiting range to use it. Staff is 9, or Scepter is 900, but it has a laser that goes through projectiles. On the 3 skill. Dagger is 12 and pierces. Yes. Or boosters is what you look for, yes. Because it still doesn't copy their buff bar. So if you want to be a Pro Mirage, like if I was actually like being good, I would have nothing on my bar right now. I would try to have not even this like repair thing. Because I could get this down to basically have nothing. The only thing that I would show would be this minor Borderlands Bloodlust. But I enjoy getting experience for the game modes that I play, so I don't really care. But that is the one way that you recognize a which one to kill. But again, like I said, the annoying thing is Mirages have Mirages and now Mesmers actually with this skill. See how it says breaks enemy targeting when you use mirror images? There's 3 different skills that don't directly stealth you, but will actually break enemy target. Actually, there might be a 4th. Hang on. I think this might when you use it on the way back, but I'm not sure. So there's 3 to 4 skills that actually will just break your targeting without stealthing the Mirage, which is appropriately disorienting, but kind of bullshit when, like, you see all the legendary crap I'm covered in and, like, the legendary stuff that other guy was covered in. It's, like, deliberately really annoying. Because you can't even, like, see which one you have selected, honestly. The little red circle. Is this thing gonna try to come fight me? Nope. So you really have to look at your HUD a lot, like you said. The cool thing with Mirage, there's like some really cool, more advanced tech you can do with Mirage, especially if you play a more dually build. So because the ambush window is like 3/4 of a second long, I can do things like ambush, weapon swap, and then, you know, attack with the other, you know, ambush skill if I'd rather use the axe or the staff. With the you have to be really aware with it, though. That's something you more had to do when Mirage only had 1 dodge for years. There's a lot of, like, cool tech you can do with that, as opposed to all the Bladesworn crap where you just can't because the class is broken. More like intentional jank than accidental jank on this class. Actually, the ambush window is 1 1/4 second. Your dodge window is still only 3/4 of a second. What are you doing, guy? I want to charge my mantra. Don't be a jerk. Going into stealth now to charge my mantra. Don't be a jerk. Ow. Sir. This is not the heal skill that I want to be using. Dang, he knows where I am. It's very good. Oh, he's got the mist infusion, that's why. He knows what's up. I pressed my dodge button. Probably too late, but I pressed it. What am I revealed from? I don't know what I got revealed from there. Oh, this build's so weak right now. Y'all played me, though. That was a good staff Daredevil. I haven't fought one of those in forever. I can't wait till I actually do damage again on this build, though. I hate having to run Inspiration. I might just change that up to my old build. Let's try that. Been playing around with stuff, but with the patch coming... this must only be when you channel it, I don't know. Oh, the healing on it's just bad. I see. Go back to my old one. I'll definitely be running illusions after this, but yeah, that's getting nerfed. This is going to be insane. We'll see how insane Malicious Sorcery is. Maybe I'll stick to Chaos. I'm really interested in a lot of the new Chaos traits. Nothing's really considered a counter anymore. That guy was just good. I'll admit that I lost that. My build also does legitimately, like, it's kind of like in Bladesworn's, the place that Bladesworn is, where it's just been nerfed since forever. Like, I'm not knocking him, I'm not trying to make excuses. He just won. Sometimes people just lose fights. It's okay. What heal skill do we want to go with? I really enjoy Mirror because the cooldown's so low. I think we're gonna do it. Go back to Mirror. My OG build. See how it plays. This has much less Condi Cleanse than I'm comfortable with, but I really miss the super speed that I used to get from Glamour traits. It's like Glamour, right? No, manipulation traits is what it was. The thing with him is he knew exactly where I would be, which was really good. He probably plays Mesmer. Like, he kept jumping on me. I'm going to fight this guy, but it's fair and square, so I don't know how fair and square fighting a Deadeye is. So this is the thing with Mesmer, is you can actually use your clones kind of like projectile blocks and stuff. He's dead. Alright, fine. People don't want to let me stomp them, they can live forever in downstate, I don't care. Bro, stop. Just die. Let it go. Downstate is so weird. I'm so glad I made that video. I'm looking forward to new ideas for those kind of videos, because even though the one that about bad skills and traits performed way better, I think the downstate one was more impactful for my understanding of how the game is, like, engineered today. Yeah, it's another kind of like Mesmer tech thing, is you can use your clones if they're in the line of fire to like block projectiles for you, if whatever you're fighting doesn't have piercing projectiles. You have to kind of know that, though. Are you liking Armistice Bastion, yes? Checking it out? Finding all the vendors and stuff? I think it's pretty cool. I really wish it had just been in the base game, but like I said, if you get any extra gems, it's a good pickup. It's on sale. How are the Armistice Bastion pass that I sent you? How are you liking it? It's okay, you don't have to answer. I just figured I'd ask. I think it's pretty cool. Just asking if you're enjoying it. Got any questions? Tragically, it's not a permanent one, but yeah, Maddie typed it. Yeah, I think it's pretty neat. I just wish it was like, you know, a permanent edition that everyone could play in. I think they should start doing that, honestly. That wouldn't be a bad idea. Is like bundling the good new passkeys, like one of the passkeys with like SoTO or something. You know, like you could yeah, there you go. A lot of the cool places are kind of hidden. That'd be a good idea for like a purchase thing, right? Like pay an extra $5 and get a Mistlock pass or a Armistice Bastion pass or something. That's a really good marketing opportunity, ain't it? God damn it. What's this guy? Spellbreaker, hell yeah. Look at me and green Centurion bro over here. They even know about color theory because it's green and purple, opposite sides of the color spectrum. I bet that's definitely intentional. What are we getting tomorrow? Engineer shortbow. Bruh. Why are you shooting my friend? Stop it. What are you doing? Just sitting on this ballista shooting people? Very rude. Alright, Spellbreaker bro. Now is the time to duel. Thanks. Fight you while you have the elixir. Win the fucking game up. I pressed my distortion before he hit me. That was bullshit. Man, another person? God damn. Cannot catch a break here. Would that end up being like 4 people or 3 people plus a ballista? Ah! Ah, chat. I remember when this build was absolute bullshit and I could like 1v3 on it. Back before Celestial gear was in the game. I ran Trailblazer, and I was a scumbag. That's pretty good, though. I wish Spellbreaker Bro had done a little bit more. Hard on Warrior, though, when you're getting constantly CC'd. Yeah, I am running Celestial. The problem is a Harbinger with Celestial's like just way better, because it gets all the boons. Like, there was a good solid 20 seconds of that fight where he was just nuking the Spellbreaker and I couldn't do anything. Spellbreaker should have tried to kite better, but I can't blame him. Probably doesn't know. It's probably like, ooh, I'm gonna dress as a Centurion and play World vs. World. Little do I know that was Guy and I'm making fun of him. I feel bad. That's kind of the idea with why I switched to Celestial, is because they gave Mirage Alacrity for no reason. It's another one of the changes where I was just like, okay, it didn't need it. And you can give yourself a decent amount of cooldown reduction if you have any concentration, so, or on the Alacrity trait. That's why this build is going to get way better with the patch, because you're not going to need to take the Axe trait anymore, so your like Axe will actually do damage again. Oh, absolutely. Yeah, World vs. World isn't balanced for 1v1s. If something's like really broken, they'll fix it, but that almost never happens. Like, Harbinger's still in the game. I'm trying to think what's the strongest World vs. World build right now. Full Selly, Cantha that knows what they're doing, or Harbinger, probably. Willbender's really good, but it's not at the level of bullshit. I don't think so. I think Willbender's really good, but I think you actually have to build some damage if you want to do, like, play, like, a really good worldbender, so you'd have to do, like, maybe Diviner's Selly or something, like Diviner's Weapons Armor and then Selly Trinkets or something. Yeah, it's like Guardian going from no mobility to holy shit I'm over there is like pretty kind of nuts from a balance perspective. I still think the largest thing that Willbender has gotten though is the fact that it now has a good heal skill that it can push. Like the healing signet is so good, but when Willbender came out, it was designed and balanced around. Yeah, it can't engage from China, but when Willbender, there's a bunch of videos of me like dueling my friend Juice on the channel, where when Willbender came out, the thing that it didn't have was a good heal skill. Like Guardian heals, you have to do something. They're kind of they're very reactive. It's kind of like how are very proactive. Let me say that. Like you have to do something. It's kind of like how all of Warrior's playstyle is, right? Where everything triggers on burst skill hit. So you had the block that would heal you if you blocked one attack. It had 2 charges, but you know if you ran out of charges, you were screwed. And this was before Willbender had Alacrity as well, right? So it didn't have it had a lot of boons, but it didn't have all the boons in the game. And any damage you did to it was kind of like you could make it stick. Now they have a healing signet that has a good cast time, has a great passive effect, and heals them for 8,000 health when they push it. So, and they can give themselves Alacrity. So it's really good. And you compare that to something like Bladesworn that can give itself Alacrity, and it's like, okay, this is all right, but it also doesn't have like 80 teleports and can't engage from China. So, like, Willbender's just kind of the better version of Dually Romy Bladesworn right now. I'm going to be really interested to see which other weapons that aren't warrior weapons get reworks, if they do, like, full weapon reworks, honestly. I wonder if any specialization weapons would get reworked. I feel like a lot of the warrior ones do, but again, that's cheating, or would. Trying to think if there are any specialization weapons on other classes that are just bad. I feel like Rifle on Thief might get a touch-up. Yeah, daggers on Thief could definitely use it. I mean, that's pretty obvious, right? Like, they gave Warrior the worst dagger skill as its burst skill. So yeah, daggers need it. This is Ocean of Time by Helion Prime. I guess that rhymes. Yeah, Helion Prime, all their rock music is about, like, it's like 80s grunge rock, and it's about the universe and stuff. They're dope. I kind of want to have a little song ticker thing, too. It's something I could do to give artists credit. I think Winamp has something like that built in. I could just select it as a video source. You want to fight me, sir? Do you want to escort the Stoliac? Yeah, they only made, like... they might have made more than 2 albums. There's only a couple of their songs that I really, really, really dig, but pretty good. It's interesting that they're making... Some of the little changes always interest me, right? Like, Phantasmal Warlock, this 3 thing, isn't going to apply vulnerability anymore. So it looks like they're at least trying on everything outside Ranger to limit the amount of conditions or different kinds of conditions different specs can do. I say that, and then they put things like Relic of the Demon Queen in the game, so, you know. Conflicting design philosophies, I suppose. I don't know, maybe. Maybe one of them just wanted to sing and sucked at it. A lot of bands go through a lot of iterations. Like, From Ashes to New is like 2 or 3 of the original people. Like, drama happens. From Ashes to New is still a great band. Apparently, my girlfriend found out on like, or what is it? No, we were at my gym and they came up on like the suggested, you know, FM radio thing, and I was like, first off, wow, From Ashes to New are playing. And secondly, apparently the lead singer has like one of the biggest anime collections in the world. So I was like, yeah, that tracks. Fun fact about these, what's it called? These scouts, yes, since you're kind of new. These scouts have an invisible blind field. You see, like, how it's pulsing right there? And I'm actually, like, if I stand in it, or they're shooting me, I'll get blinded. So if you're ever trying to hit one, you're in melee range, and you're just not landing any attacks, that's why. Because as far as low-hanging fruit from World vs. World goes, they still haven't fixed that. Oh, hello, sir. You didn't want to fight me, but you want to fight me while there's like 80 people in this camp? Okay, that seems fair. Very thief-like. You're a baby, but I also don't care because you jumped on me in a camp. That's your fault, sir. Get unicorned. Had some good fights tonight. Won some stuff, lost some stuff. It was fun. What are we going to guess for tomorrow? Place your bets. There's a fun one. Okay, guys. So I'll tell you what. Guess the specialization for tomorrow. I'll write it down what everyone guesses. And if you get it right, I'll give you 25 gold when you come back to whatever stream we can catch next. Whether it's this week or next week or in a year, just remind me. Give you 25 gold. You don't have to do exclamation point or anything because it's just me writing it down on a notepad. Shut up. Yeah, I'm gonna guess NG2 and give myself 25 gold. So we've established the Mesmer probably going to be last, Guardian's probably going to be second to last, Necro's probably going to be third to last. So we got NG something and Ellie? NG Ellie, Necro, Guardian, Mesmer, is that what we think? Although Cal didn't write a post, maybe it's because he was writing the Ellie post and it's going to be 8 years long as we've established with the number of skills they're getting. God, I'm going to be... So I try not to be pissed off when other classes get stuff, but like if it got a bunch of unique animations and then like Bladesworn still doesn't have any, it's gonna be like kind of what the fuck. Necro, okay, NG Necro Guardian Ellie Mesmer. I can't give you anything extra, Matty, but I kind of gel with that. That follows my sine curve of hype, right? That does follow the sine curve of hype. Although I think people are pretty hyped for Guardian. Hello, sir. Are you gonna fight me? What are you doing? What's going on? I'm not just gonna kill you. Go about your life. Poor guy. Now he's coming back, now that he has an ally. That's why you kill people. Wanna fight? What's going on? Your sentry, man. I don't know what this is. I have the sentry. Are you gonna let me have it? Okay, this is weird. The interactions you get when we can't communicate at all, you know? He's busy writing the 8-year-long post. Are we gonna fight? What's going on here? Would you like to fight? Whatever. It's weird. Isn't that Virtuoso that did like 8k damage to me out of nowhere? Maybe it was a mantra or something weird. Would you like to fight? Okay, let's do it. Oh, this is that staff thief again. Hell yeah. I'll do it. I'll take it. Daredevil is bullshit. Wonder what his other set is. Lame? Lame? Why did I teleport in place game? That's like a classic you teleported into the UI moment. Okay. And it's having fun one of you wanting that guy. And then a reveal bot showed up. God damn it. Let me waypoint. Jesus Christ. That's funny. I can do one more thing. I hope you guys had fun hanging out. Have a wonderful week. I'll probably be streaming this week, so if you want more content, maybe I'll do some PvE, I don't know. Look forward to it. People want to see me do raids or something, I can. I used to do full clear raids every week, but I feel like that got boring, so I don't know. Doing the same fights. Ooh, one more fight? One more fight. It's the Virtuoso. One more fight. Yep, this is a Demon Queen build, you right. Maddie hit it. God damn it. I'm never gonna get a fair fight tonight. I also had mirror up and it didn't matter. It went through fucking mirror. Nice. I hope it's productive. How's he gonna let me have the 1v1? Dang, he got me. Yeah, Demon Queen on Virtuoso, man. I can't even touch this guy. He's got so much fucking invuln and stuff. Weird condition damage Virtuoso build using a legendary I've never seen before. Ow, that hurt. That killed me. Yeah, it's definitely Demon Queen. My heal skill just did nothing. I want to write to him like, I don't usually message people, but I just want to be like, this relic is idiotic. Let him know I know, you know? Damn, he had a sword on. I didn't even know that. was invisible? Oh, don't help me. Stop it. I don't want to do this, my friend. I was trying to run away because fucking allies were running in, but he probably had that. Demon Queen is ridiculous. Shadow 4. Yeah, I'm gonna have to look, I forgot they got distortion back. So they have Shatter 4, they have one on the utility bar. I don't know if the F5 blocks anymore. He actually didn't have a lot of invulns, he was just cycling his stuff really well. He's probably running the Signet and a torch and like sword torch, dagger something. Or dagger torch something. I'm just sad my ally joined in. I should have like run away better, I don't know. He's committed to killing me. There's no way to signal in a 1v1, tragically. Is this like a brawl? I'm just gonna watch. I'm gonna watch this Virtuoso dumpster my allies. Although it's a 3v3 now, it's fair. Although, oh, it's Guy! Guy's off in the distance. He's playing music, I love it. I'm gonna leave Guy some food for roaming. Where are we at? I'll leave him some healing food. I love it. What's he playing? Core Warrior. He's getting the Core Warrior spec going. Shook his head. He looked at the food and shook his head. Oh, it's perfect. Alright, that's a good point to end the stream. Thanks for joining, guys. I'll be back tomorrow. Get your guesses in. Yes, you want to guess something before you head off? What do you think the post will be tomorrow? Just pick one of the 9. Or pick one of the 5, rather. Probably don't pick one of the ones they've already announced. Yeah, it was fun. Thank you for hanging out. Gotta use those channel... Ellie, solid. Gotta use those channel coins to tell me to hydrate and stuff. Alright. Peace out, guys. Have a wonderful night. I'll see you tomorrow, maybe. Cheers.